As a result, you make money if your euro's exchange rate went up while you held it. And depending on how much you bought at that time, it's going to determine how much you get paid off of that one purchase. So it's a lot like house flipping. And just to clarify, in case you don't know, when I say house flipping, I am referring to buying a house, holding it, and then turning around and selling it for a profit. Good day, IML
Now
students.
you know what
Today
Forex
we are
is
going
and
to
how
learn
you
the
can
difference
profit.
between buys
Now,
and
here's
sells
the thing.
and what they look like.
Until you learn the
Before we
skills
get started,
and the
here's a little bit about
psychology of
myself.
trading,
My name
you
is
will
Daisy
be
Duncan,
gambling.
representing
If you decide
iMarkets
to jump
Live.
into this
Some of
market
you may know me
and
from
you
Forex
think that you
101
know what
on
you're
IML
doing, you have
TV.
no skill,
Also,
no technique,
I was an
and
educator
you don't
for
even
10 years,
realize
and now
or
I'm here
care two
educating
thoughts
you
about
on the facts
psychology.
and methods of
I
Forex.
just need
In
to
order to get
implore
started
and
on this
inform
journey,
you
you need to
that
remember
you are
one
gambling
thing and one
and
thing
you are
only.
not using
I
proper
am a
skill
student,
or proper
always.
risk management. So
This is
please
very important
let
for you
us
to remember
teach you
and to
how
remind
to
yourself
trade
of
with
often.
confidence.
You will hear
and
me
not
use
the
this
false
phrase
confidence
frequently
that you
as
got
a
in the
reminder
market.
that you
had a
are
couple
a
good
student that is
trades,
learning a
and
skill
now you
that
think
will
you're
pay
all
you
that.
for the rest of your
No,
life.
I'm talking about
Make
the
sure
kind of
that you
confidence
take
that
your
is
time
backed up
and learn
by
what you need to
skill,
learn.
backed
Pace
up by
yourself.
data,
Do not
backed up
compare
by
yourself to
real
anyone else's
official
progress.
confidence.
Always
Learn
keep
the
a
skill,
winning
guys,
mind frame,
and get
and
that
you
money.
will do very well in this
Hey
industry.
guys, thank you so much for watching.
Upon
For a
finishing this
chance
video,
to have more
you
of
should
an
have a very
interactive
good understanding
experience
of
where
the
you can
following
talk
questions.
with me and I can talk with you.
Read through them
Please
quietly to
visit me on
yourself.
IML TV.
As you are taking notes,
I am your
make
Forex
sure to
101
pause this video
trainer,
in order to
Daisy
answer these
Duncan.
questions.
See you in the next video.
Before we go into
By
the
now,
lesson,
you
I
should
wanna
have a
actually
good
talk about
understanding
some
of
very
the following
relevant
questions.
vocabulary.
So
Read
please
them
make sure
quietly
you
to
take some
yourself,
good notes on
answer
these
them, and when
vocabulary
you are
words.
finished, go on to the
The
next video in
relevant
Forex
vocabulary
Foundation 1
for this
series.
training is
My
going
name is
to
Daisy
be
Duncan,
buy,
and remember,
sell,
I am a student,
bulls,
always.
bears, long, short. Those are going to be the vocabulary words that we are going to talk about. I have them all on the same page. Why? Because it's really not that many that you need to know. It's not that many concepts. For instance, buy. Buy means you're expecting the currency's value to rise. So you would want to place a buy. That's the type of order you would want to place. And then sell means you are expecting the value of the currency to go down. So then the type of order you would want to place is a sell. Now, you will also see buys referred to as longs. So if I was to say go long, that means place a buy. If I said, hey, go short, that means place a short. Or you might hear people say, I'm short on Euro USD. I'm going long on, the New Zealand dollar. So if I'm going long that means I want to place a buy order. If I'm going short, I want to place a sell order. Something else to pay attention to. You see the picture, the bulls versus the bears. Bulls are all buy orders. And bears are all sell orders. So if you hear the market is bullish today, that means it's an up market. The market is rising. If it's a bearish market, that means the market is going down. So bulls versus bears. A bull is going up like a buy or going long. Bear is the sell going down, okay, or going short. It's important to know what is actually happening when you place an order. When you're placing an order, or let's say when a market participant is placing an order, if they're a buyer in the market, what's happening is they are causing the exchange rate's value to rise. Why? Because they want to buy it. When you all of a sudden want to buy something, when you find a buyer, then all of a sudden whatever it is that you have has more value to it. So what's it going to do? It's going to rise. As the demand increases for the currency, the exchange rate rises. And as that rise happens, that rise is recorded in the market, and you actually start to see the market rise. So the more buyers you have in the market, the more the market starts to rise. And I'll show you an example. On the flip side, you've got sellers. When you have sellers, they cause the exchange rates to fall. Why? Because they're flooding the market with a supply. And when you have a high supply, there's a low demand for it. So as the demand of that currency falls, then so does the value of that currency. So as people sell plenty of orders, then they're actually causing the value of that currency to go down, and the market is recording that basically recording that on the charts. We've gone over the vocabulary as far as what buys, also known as longs, look like. So let's go ahead and see what they look like actually in real life on the charts. Okay, so as you see here, I have these highlighted. So these regions here are, buy areas. This is an area where you would have wanted to place a buy. It's an example. I mean, this is not a perfect example, but you can see that the market was at a low and then it moved up very quickly. Same here. This is really more of kind of consolidation, but you see it's what was at a low and then moved up quickly. Here's another good example. It was at a low, moved up, This was at a low, it moved up. So this is what a buy looks like in the market. This right here is a very big movement to the upside, followed by a humongous up trend or movement to the upside. So this would have been a good time to get in for a buy. Now, as you see, I mean down here, but as you see, the market actually does little ping pongs back and forth. So there were lots of miniature buys inside of this. So that would have been a buy. This would have been a buy. That would have been a buy. You get it. So now you know what a buy looks like. As far as sells go, also called shorts. Remember, sells are when the market moves down. So it was at a high point and it moved down. So this is another one as an example. Here's another good one as an example. Look at that. This is a good one from this low to that, or excuse me, that high to that low. All right. By the way, these are called swing highs. This is called swing lows. Swing high, swing low. Swing high, down there would be a swing low. And as you see in this as well, there's lots of miniature short opportunities. In other words, it moved down, kind of went up a little bit, moved down. That's a short opportunity. Here's another one, short opportunity. Okay. So within these massive sells are miniature sells opportunities. All right. So if you wanted to hold it for a long time, you could. Otherwise, you could get like some quick little pops out of each one of these moves. So here's what it looks like actually on the charts. Again, remember when I talked to you about why buys happen, why sells happen? So imagine you're trying to sell, comic books. Those are things that a lot of people like to collect. So people collect comic books. And when do they like to buy them? When they're cheap, right? So for instance, you buy your comic books at 25 cents, or another one, stamps, whatever it is that you like to collect. We usually like to collect them at the cheapest rate. So we buy them cheap. Over a period of time, as the other people are like, hey, look at that. That's pretty cheap. Everybody notices now, look at that. It's cheap. As people are buying, the more they buy, the more they raise the value. As price raises, you can start to see that recorded on the charts. Now, once it gets to a point called overbought, meaning nobody else wants to buy it, it's too expensive now. In fact, this is a really good time to sell it because, you probably could get top dollar out of it. That's what happens. People start selling off. Oh, this is a good time to sell. Great time to sell. As people sell, they flood the market back again with a supply of those comic books. And what happens? The value goes down. So that is what's happening in the charts. You're seeing it recorded, okay? Now, if you look at it from the currency standpoint, as more corporations and more institutions, market participants are buying up currencies, the value raises. When they do a massive sell-off, the value decreases because there's no longer a high demand for it. You heard me use the phrase overbought and oversold. When I say overbought, what I'm saying is that the market has reached its limits of people who are willing to place buys, and now no one wants to buy anymore. As we would say in a real estate market, the inventory is low. So now is the best time to be placing your sells in an overbought market. In an oversold market, the opposite is true. When you're in an oversold market, that means there's so many people that sold, they flooded the market, and now it's the best time to start placing your buys. Why? Because the value is now cheap enough for you to want to buy. So in an oversold market, you want to place your buys. In an overbought market, you want to place your sells. There is, however, an exception to the rule. Occasionally, when the market is in a very strong uptrend, then it can become overbought for an extended period of time. So you do not want to go against the trend. Same with a downtrend. When you have a very strong downtrend, the market can go into an oversold type situation. So the saying that they all say is the trend is your friend. You do not want to go against the trend. Thank you guys for listening to this. Hopefully this was very helpful to you. Please, if you want some good interaction and whatnot, please come visit